to the 2018 Spring Commencement Ceremony for the Kansas State University Polytechnic Campus. Please rise as we honor one of the oldest known traditions in commencement exercises, both for Kansas State University and for institutions of higher education around the world. This morning's ceremony will begin with bagpipe music from Salina, Terry Ferguson. Procession begins with the Kansas State Polytechnic Mace. The mace, a symbol of university scholarship and integrity since the 11th century, reminds us that education is one of the most cherished attributes of a free and democratic society. The mace is carried this morning by Troy Harding, Professor of Computer Systems Technology and Web Development, and the recipient of the 2017 MacArthur Family Faculty Fellow Award. Following Professor Harding are Dr. Verna Fitzsimmons, CEO and Dean of Kansas State Polytechnic, Richard B. Myers, President of Kansas State University, Dr. April Mason, Provost and Senior Vice President of Kansas State University, Mary Jo Myers, Kansas State University First Lady and today's keynote speaker, Taryn Walters, Assistant Vice President of Development and Communications of the K-State Alumni Association, Dr. Alicia Starkey, Associate Dean for Academics, Dr. Terry Gaddard, Director of the School of Integrated Studies, Dr. Don Von Bergen, Graduate Program Director, Dr. Jared Middendorf, Professor and Interim Head of the Department of Sociology, Anthropology, and Social Work, Janice Dinkle, Associate Professor and Program Coordinator of Social Work, Dr. Mindy Markham, Associate Professor of Human Development and Family Science, Maximilian Badgett, recipient of the Dean of Student Life Outstanding Graduating Senior Award, and Sarah Welsh, recipient of the Office of Student Life Extraordinary Student Award. The Kansas State Polytechnic faculty follows the platform party. They are led by Faculty Marshal Bill Gross. Please honor the graduating class as they now enter. They are led by Student Marshal and Student Governing Association Vice President Shanna Walker. remain standing for the national anthem, sung by Eric Cole. You may be seated. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the Board of Regents, the faculty and the staff of Kansas State University and Kansas State University Polytechnic Campus, I extend a warm welcome to our candidates for graduation, their family, their friends, and to all of our guests. This will be a day you will always remember. Graduating class, you have changed and accomplished so much during your time as a student, and we are here to recognize your commitment to making education and your college experience matter. Your dedication to your studies, your involvement on campus, the relationships you've established, and in every way, your expression of purple pride will be with you now for the rest of your lives. This day belongs to you. Let's begin the celebration in honor of your many achievements and for your future. I want to give a little background about the university from which you're graduating from. Kansas State is a land-grant public research university. We are committed to teaching and learning and research and service to the people of Kansas, as well as to our nation and to the world. Our collective mission is best accomplished when every member of the university community acknowledges and celebrates the dignity and the value of diversity. We each have our own story that shapes who we are and who we will become in the future. As part of a long-standing commencement tradition, K-State invites members of our Student Governing Association to share their story and provide a personal perspective on graduation. Today's student speaker is SGA Vice President Shanna Walker. Shanna is a native of Topeka, Kansas, and is currently a junior in both professional pilot and airport management degree programs. Her love of aviation was inspired by her father. At an early age, she began getting involved with different organizations and youth group aviation programs. After college, she hopes to become a corporate or charter pilot. Off the runway and outside of the classrooms, Shanna stays very involved in a variety of student organizations and clubs, including the Christian Challenge, the American Association of Airport Management Executives. In addition, she is a peer mentor for the Student Support Services, assisting students with things like enrolling, tutoring, and finding campus resources, and is a You Belong mentor for students. Shanna joined the Student Governing Association, or the SGA, her first semester on the Polytechnic campus as an aviation senator. Since then, she has also held positions of programming board chair. As the current SGA vice president, Shannon hopes to help her fellow students make connections on campus through engagements in the clubs, also in organizations and through volunteer work. She looks forward to being a voice on their behalf. It's my pleasure to introduce Student Governing Association Vice President Shanna Walker.
Wow, I can't believe we're already here. It seems like just yesterday was the first day of classes. In your time here, you guys have experienced a lot of change. You've watched the campus change its name from Salina to Polytechnic, and with that goes a whole change in mindset of the university. You've also watched as the campus has initiated the new Green Initiative. You've seen a lot of change in your time here. And through that change, you've learned to embrace change and make you a better person, as well as becoming being a student. Through this change, you've learned to become lifelong learners. You've learned to embrace that change and keep going. Kansas State Polytechnic is more than just getting a degree. It's about becoming a lifelong learner. And that is something that you guys have all learned in your time here. I hope in your time here you've learned that and you're willing to go out and continue to make a difference. So congratulations, and continue to make a difference after you're done here. We're gonna miss you.
Thank you, Shanna, and thank you for everything you do for the campus. Today's keynote speaker is someone very familiar to our K-State family. She has a rich background in public service related to military, educational, and humanitarian organizations and programs. She has won multiple awards for her humanitarian work. She currently serves on the Women's Initiative Policy Advisory Council formed by Laura Bush as part of the Bush Foundation. She's a founding member and a president emeritus of Ashiana Foundation, which supports literacy and vocational training for street children in Afghanistan. She also serves on the board of Medicine, an organization that offers training in biomedical equipment repair, as well as donations of medical equipment and supplies to charitable hospitals around the world. A military spouse for more than 40 years, her dedication to the military continues through her service on the Board of Trustees for the Fisher House. Fisher House provides free lodging for military families while loved ones are receiving medical treatment. She was instrumental in establishing the Hero Miles program operated by the Fisher House Foundation. They use donated frequent flyer miles to purchase tickets for families of hospital military members. Today's keynote speaker is a partner in a business importing handcrafted items from Russia called Moscow on the Potomac. She's recently retired as the Associate Director of Public Affairs at Hayes & Associates and was an educator in secondary and adult education throughout her husband's career. She is a member of the Kansas State University's Foundation Board of Trustees and is the co-chair of the Foundation's Inspiration and Innovation Campaign. She has also served on the board of K-State Alumni Association. Ladies and gentlemen, it is truly my honor to introduce this woman of many, many talents, and someone who truly follows her passion to make the world a better place. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to our speaker today, Kansas State University's First Lady, Mary Jo Myers.
That was very kind. Good morning, Dean Simmons, faculty and staff, parents and students, families and friends. We're all here to graduate and congratulate, the graduating class of 2018. And congratulations are in order for more than one reason this morning. First of all, you chose a great university from which to get your education, and you're graduating with some real skills that will be applicable in today's workplace. And you're also joining a rather elite group. Only about 30% of people in the United States have attained a college degree, and that number is even fewer worldwide, only 6.7%. So you have a unique opportunity here. Other than the basic needs of food and shelter and love, education is one of the universal goals, and we hear that from world leaders, and I hear that from an immigrant taxi driver in Washington, D.C. as well. I know that many in the audience here today had a hand in getting you all here, so let's give our friends and families and supporters a hand, please. We're fortunate to have such a great crowd of friends and supporters, although some of them may be here just to confirm that you're actually graduating. But regardless, we're celebrating a diploma and perhaps a pay raise as well. I have no memory of the speaker at my graduation, or what he might have said, and I can be sure it wasn't he, as a woman would not have been asked to give a commencement address in 1964 unless it was an all-women's college. So when Dean Fitzsimmons called me, the feeling of flattery quickly evaporated and turned to, oh no, what kind of wisdom am I going to impart? I haven't authored a best-selling book. I haven't been president of a corporation, as she mentioned, a couple clubs and a small foundation. But I do have a small business, as she mentioned, with my daughters, but for some reason they think they're in charge. I'm a wife, a mother, a grandmother, and someone who attempted to have a career during 27 moves in the military. But there are some basic expectations of a commencement speaker, and I sense I have a captive audience here today. And my husband tells me I never pass up an opportunity for a teachable moment. So indulge me, a teachable moment with my children, my grandchildren, and sometimes him. So indulge me as I share some stories and try to pass on a few teachable moments. You know, we value our family, and that's something K-State certainly values, and it kind of defines our university. So I'm going to use some of our family stories to impart some life lessons today. And our families relate to the trips that my husband and I have taken in a 32-foot long recreational vehicle, an RV, with 5 young children in tow. Believe me, we get a lot of bless yous along the way. Now, the minimum age for this trip is usually 5 years or bathroom independent. But I ask all of you to embark with me on this trip. Now, I know there are babies in the audience, and as long as you're in charge, that's fine. Bring them on. So we're going to launch on the first day of this 5-day trip. So for the first day, the children are all competing for the Best Camper of the Week award. And there's an award for most concerned parents, but you know, we've never had any nominees for that. They're too busy on a trip of their own. The selection for this highly coveted prize, which involves money, that's the reward, is based on points from their peers and their grandparents. So how do you get to be the best camper of the week? You wake up, you make your bed, you maybe help get things out for breakfast, you dispose of your paper cereal bowl, you don't drop your clothes on the floor. It's pretty basic, it's pretty basic. You just take some responsibility for taking care of yourself, doing the best job you can each and every day. And there's our first life lesson. It's all about performing to the best of your ability along each step of the way. A basketball player, Kevin Durant, said, "Hard work beats talent every time talent doesn't work hard." Now, maybe he got that from somebody else, but I think it's a great saying. Hard work beats talent every time talent doesn't work hard. So it's all about staying the course. It's attitude. It's just keep going. So when you've landed that first job, don't ask how you get to be the CEO or the president, or my husband in the halls of the Pentagon would be asked, how do you get to be a general? How do you become chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff? That's not the right question. Setting goals is certainly worthy, but it's all about the doing. And dreaming is a road to success, but it's the first small step. And never forget that a setback is not failure. There are myriads of stories of failures of successful people. Rather than fear failure, use it as a stepping stone to your goal. Did Steve Jobs, when he was fired by Apple, let that discourage him? I think not. I mean, look at the stock price of Apple today when he came back and made it bigger and better. Walt Disney was fired from the Kansas City Star for lack of imagination. So failure at one thing can propel you ahead to where you're on the road to something where you want to achieve, or maybe it puts you on a different path to where you really belong. So buckle up, it's the second day. A lot of ground can be covered in an RV in a day, especially if you have the right movie and some games to play. But the scenery changes drastically too. You can go from desert to mountains. You can go from the plains to the amazing formations of the Badlands. And as Shanna's talked about, thank you, things are changing very rapidly in our fast-paced world today, and even more so in the world that you're going to enter. Recent statistics say that the average person has 4 jobs by the time they're 32 years of age. Tom Friedman, in his book, Thank You for Being Late, compares this age of acceleration that we're in to the disruption caused by the launch of the printing press in the 1400s. So think back a few years when some of you graduates were still in elementary school. Facebook was unknown, and the words Twitter and Kindle had very different meanings. 5G was an apartment number. Uber was a German word, and big data sounds like a rap singer. But these things have quickly become a part of our culture. But the society structures are not keeping pace with the changes in technology, globalization, and the climate. So there's work to be done, graduates. Yes, you'll soon have a diploma in your hand, but to thrive and survive in today's quickly changing environment, the need for continuing and constant learning will be more important than ever before in the workplace and in everyday life. And thank you, Shanna, for sharing that message as well. So this is the second lesson. Keep learning, embrace that change, and be willing to take on risk. Now, I'm not giving that risk part of that message to my 11-year-old grandson, because when we were hiking in the Badlands, he would try to climb any pinnacle or step too near any ledge. But risk does build confidence, and the world needs more fearless leaders to try new approaches and to partner with those that have a different perspective, that have a different opinion. Because studies show that people who work with others and with other diverse groups, the results and the solutions are much more innovative and creative. So you've got to work across those borders. On the third day of this trip, Dick and I start thinking about the recognitions that we give to each child at the end of the trip. Some of these come with a dubious prize as well. Some examples are most likely to have self-inflicted wounds. That would be that grandson I mentioned. He gets Band-Aids. And then there's the one when we heard too many screams at the sight of bugs. She's least likely to be an entomologist, and she gets plastic bugs. So yes, we find something to define each child during the week. And as you might surmise, these prizes are not always appreciated. But how often do we let others define us? But is it the way we want to be defined? Are you defined by your birth order? By something you said in class, the class comic, the studious one? So studies have shown that people can live up to and stretch themselves to meet someone's expectations, or they listen to the subtle messages of lower expectations and don't live up to their ability. So the lesson here is, do not let others define you. When my husband was in ROTC summer camp, oh, he is here on the stage, isn't he? During college, his evaluation report said, Cadet Myers doesn't have much of a future in the U.S. Air Force. I would say he didn't let that define him or hold him back much. So even if you don't follow football, I think most of us have heard of the name Tom Brady. In the football draft of the National League in the year 2000, he was not drafted until the 6th round. If you've watched that video, he sheds tears. He was so disappointed. But I don't think that let him define his career when he went on to win 5 Super Bowls, the most ever by any single player. So define who you want to be and let your actions determine that. Taking 5 young children, on an RV trip isn't most people's idea of a vacation. And I must admit that sometimes we've been looking for a daycare center on about the 4th day, but with time to reflect, we realize that those times to be together without their parents have given us some special bonds and some really treasured memories. So, it gives us a chance to reflect on the importance of human connections. From birth to death, human beings are hardwired to connect to each other. Teenagers love to connect with each other, but sometimes I have to call my grandchildren on their cell phone to remind them that people can actually talk on their game playing and texting devices. But face-to-face contact matters. Tom Friedman has coined the word STEMpathy. STEM, and this STEMpathy describes the highest paid jobs in the future. The STEM is the technical education offered here at Polytechnic. Empathy is also what K-State emphasizes and helps foster. The feeling of empathy, the interpersonal skills that are developed. So this combination of STEM and empathy, STEMpathy, will serve you very well in the workplace of tomorrow. Studies show that the top 2 things that contribute to longevity and happiness may not be what you think. It's social interaction and close personal relationships. Yes, exercise is on the list, good eating and so on, but they're not the top 2. Social action means connecting and talking with those whom you might not, are not part of your close circle. A cashier, somebody in line, an Uber driver. This helps form a personal village around you, and it has profound effects. So let's take this concept of a village a step farther. Our RV trips have succeeded because everyone takes on some responsibility. We give each child the title of Inspector General for the day, and they get to be in charge. And believe me, they do take charge. Our RV trip, like life, is a team sport, and no one is successful by him or herself. And anyone that's in it totally for themselves is not successful. So on this last day of this trip, as we head home, we end up with one more life lesson that we want our grandchildren to be sure to learn. And that's the importance of believing and being motivated by something greater than yourself. There's no real success without passion and having your heart in it. And success is not defined by financial reward. Money or not, you will be happy and fulfilled and have done something good if your heart is in it. Martin Luther King Jr. said, life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Find your passion, and it can generate from a small incident or experience. 15 years ago on a trip to Afghanistan, I took some basic supplies to a school there in Kabul. And when a young boy came up to thank me, still chokes me up, I'm sorry. He looked at me with the big plaintive eyes and said, please don't forget us. As you can see, that still pulls at my heart and inspires me to stay involved with helping the working street of Afghanistan, the working street children there, with educational and vocational skills. Well, we've reached the end of this trip and my teachable moments. And there are no awards or dubious prizes, only a diploma awaits you. So, but remember the first day. If you work hard, don't fear failure, and just keep going. You will thrive in this rapidly changing environment. If you embrace change, take on risk, and continue learning, you'll be a leader in whatever you do and in changing the world. If you and your actions decide how you want to be defined, you'll find your way. And if you nourish your close relationships and value social interaction, you'll live longer and be happier. So find somebody to speak to today that you haven't talked to before. And if you find your passion, serve a cause bigger than yourself, you'll find fulfillment, you'll be the best version of you that you can be, and you can change the world. What more can we ask for in this life? So congratulations, go Cats, and take on the world. Thank you.
First Lady Myers, it's an honor to have you with us today. You're truly a remarkable woman, and we thank you for your thoughtful words of wisdom. Kansas State Polytechnic is proud to have many exceptional students on campus, and this morning it is my pleasure to introduce two seniors who are being acknowledged for special university awards. Kansas State University's Dean of Student Life recognizes deserving seniors for the Dean of Student Life Outstanding Graduating Senior Award. This year, professional pilot major Maximilian Badgett is joining 11 other graduating seniors university-wide to receive this distinction. Max, will you please come forward so that we can honor your outstanding accomplishments? A native of Valley Falls, Kansas, Max is graduating today with a bachelor's degree in professional pilot with an aerospace studies minor. His passion for aviation and serving our country is leading him to Vance Air Force Base to begin flight training for a career in the United States Air Force. During his time on the Polytechnic campus, Max has been involved in a variety of areas. While in ROTC, he has served as Honor Guard Commander. He has been Secretary of the Student Organization Women in Aviation. He has been a resident assistant for 3 years and a You Belong peer mentor for new students. And he has participated in intramural sports. He also enjoys volunteering at our local food bank and at church events. Along with today's award, Max has received the Robinson Family Multicultural Leadership Award from the K-State Alumni Association. He is one of only 4 students university-wide to enjoy this honor. He has also been selected to the USAA Spirit Award, named to the Dean's List, and has been chosen for an ROT scholarship and recognized as a Salina Rotary Student of the Month. Outstanding Graduating Senior Award recipients are selected by Vice President for Student Life and Dean of Students, Dr. Pat Bosco, and are presented to graduating seniors within a calendar year who have made a significant contribution to the life at K-State. Congratulations on this distinct honor, Max. I think that describes you very, very well. Congratulations. The Extraordinary Student Award is presented by K-State's Office of Student Life to students who have overcome unique obstacles, such as disability, illness, difficult family issue, or major life challenge, and have succeeded in their educational pursuits. Digital media major Sarah Welch is one of only 6 undergraduate students university-wide to be chosen for this award. Sarah, will you please come forward so that we can honor your perseverance and hard work? Today with an associate and bachelor's degree in digital media. Her journey to this major milestone, however, has not been easy. Throughout her life, Sarah has endured physical and emotional abuse, homelessness, and the untimely passing of family members. She is a single mother to 3 children, one of whom has major health issues. But Sarah's persistence to create a better life for her and her family brought Sarah to Salina, where she first earned an associate degree in commercial arts and advertising from Salina Area Technical College and was initiated into the National Technical Honor Society. Sarah's strength in the digital media program at K-State Polytechnic has been her ability to blend her creative skills with her personal experiences. For her senior project, Sarah worked with the Domestic Violence Association of Central Kansas to redesign their branding and website. Recently, she also connected with the Central Kansas Mental Health Center about updating their website. Outside of school, Sarah has been a volunteer with the North Salina Community Development Group, Circles of the Heartland, United Way, Live Well Coalition, and the YMCA. Sarah says whatever she ends up doing after graduation, she wants her education and skills to make the Salina community a better place. Sarah, you are already doing it. Congratulations on earning this honor. You very much deserve it. We have 10 students graduating with high honors today, a distinction represented by their purple and white cords. Please hold your applause until all of these students have been recognized. Students with a 3.95 or above K-State academic average are designated as summa cum laude. If present, would these students rise and remain standing? Zachary Kirkham, Gina Christine Nelson Fischel, Katrina Ramirez. Students with a 3.85 or above K-State academic average are designated as magna cum laude. If present, would these students rise and remain standing? Charles Reeves Buckhorn, Alec Cork, Mary Anna Ewers, Richard Paul Brummianen, Matthew Louise Katsky, and Haley Marie Norris. Students with a 3.75 or above K-State academic average are designated as cum laude. If present, would these students rise and remain standing? Luke Stuckey. Please join me in recognizing these students who have attained this high level of academic achievement.
Well done. Thank you. It's now time to honor the graduating class who will honor us at K-State in the years to come. Kansas State University President Richard B. Myers is here today to confer for all the graduates. President Myers, will you join me at the podium to confer the degrees?
Thank you, Dr. Fitzsimmons. It's my honor and privilege to recognize the graduates on the Polytechnic campus. Will all degree candidates please rise and remain standing? By the authority of the people of Kansas, the Kansas Board of Regents, and recommendation by the faculty upon completion of all degree requirements, I am pleased to confer upon you the respective degrees you have earned at Kansas State University. At this time, you may move your tassels to the left side of your hats there. Congratulations.
Bachelor's in Aviation Maintenance Management. Richard Paul Brummianen, Bachelor's in Aviation Maintenance Management, magna cum laude. Jacob Taylor Stewart, Bachelor's in Aviation Maintenance Management. Nicole Adams, Bachelor's in Professional Pilot, Aviation Safety minor. Maximilian Deontay Badger, Bachelor's in Professional Pilot, Aerospace Studies minor. Juan Javier Diaz-Ferrari, Bachelor's in Professional Aviation Safety minor. Willie Flores, Bachelor's in Professional Pilot. Matthew Lewis Katsky, Bachelor's in Professional Pilot, Airport Management Certificate, Aviation Safety and Business minor, magna cum laude. Zachary Kirkham, Bachelor's in Professional Pilot, summa cum laude. Daniel Larson, Bachelor's in Professional Pilot, business minor. Luke Logan Leopold, Bachelor's in Professional Pilot. Jacob Conrad Mitchell, Bachelor's in Professional Pilot, Aviation Safety minor. Logan Andrew Welch, Bachelor's in Professional Pilot. Curtis Oliver Wilk, Bachelor's in Professional Pilot, Aviation Safety minor. Cameron Paul Carollo, Bachelor's in Unmanned Aircraft Systems, business minor. Jason Ford, Bachelor's in Unmanned Aircraft Systems. Ahmadin Hussein Isak, Bachelor's in Unmanned Aircraft Systems. Logan Neil Prince, Bachelor's in Unmanned Aircraft Systems. Caleb Andrew Scott, Bachelor's in Unmanned Aircraft Systems. Jace Ryan Kovis, Associate in Digital Media. Charles Reeves Foghorn, Bachelor's in Computer Systems Technology, magna cum laude. Colton Patrick Lindenberger, Bachelor's in Computer Systems Technology. Mary Ewers, Bachelor's in Digital Media, magna cum laude. Sarah Jane Welch, Associate Bachelor's in Digital Media. Leonard Alsamari, Bachelor's in Electronic and Computer Engineering Technology. Alec Corp, Bachelor's in Electronic and Computer Engineering Technology, magna cum laude. Luke Christopher Stuckey, Bachelor's in Electronic and Computer Engineering Technology, Unmanned Aircraft Systems minor, cum laude. Luke Cecil Ballman, Bachelor's in Mechanical Engineering Technology. Wesley Jacob Cantrell, Bachelor's in Mechanical Engineering Technology. Mitchell Domina, Bachelor's in Mechanical Engineering Technology. Aaron Goodnight, Bachelor's in Mechanical Engineering Technology. Taylor Schaefer, Bachelor's in Mechanical Engineering Technology. Joseph Tanner Barton, Bachelor's in Technology Management, business minor. Shannon Bunerid, Bachelor's in Technology Management, business minor. Jonathan Kalumba Chansey, Bachelor's in Technology. Caleb Stephen Davidson, Bachelor's in Technology Management, business minor. Marcus William Hayter, Bachelor's in Technology Management. Thomas Wade Kimbrell, Bachelor's in Technology Management. Tiffany Amber Peterson, Bachelor's in Technology Management. Stephen Troy Ransford, Bachelor's in Technology Management. Tanner Wayne Wilson, Bachelor's in Technology Management, business minor. Stacy Michelle Crumble, Bachelor's in Social Work. Alexis Morgan Gasper, Bachelor's in Social Work. Gina Christine Nelson Bishop, Bachelor's in Social Work, Gerontology. Haley Marie Norris, Bachelor's in Social Work, magna cum laude. Katrina Rose Ramirez, Bachelor's in Social Work, summa cum laude. Mary Rodriguez, Bachelor's in Social Work. Bachelor's in Social Work. Christy Renee Clarkson, Bachelor's in Family Studies and Human Service, Gerontology. Nicole Woodall, Bachelor's in Family Studies and Human Services, Gerontology secondary major.
Graduates, the time has come for you to begin a new chapter in your lives. You've achieved this educational and essential step towards your future, and you join the ranks of those who hold a degree from the great Kansas State University. By your own work, you've proven your competency in your chosen field. You have completed all of the assignments and challenges presented to you by our award-winning faculty and staff. So you are now ready to take your new position in a world that needs you. The world needs your intelligence, your creativity, and especially your enthusiasm to make a difference for all of us. You've been well prepared to take control of your future. My call to action for you is to continue to use the critical thinking skills and the talents that you have developed here to make the best of your time. Continue to challenge your own status quo and to strive to improve your own lives and the lives of others. And as always, remember that you are now a member of a very elite Kansas State University alumni. Taryn Walker, the Assistant Vice President of Development and Communication of K-State Alumni Association, joins us today to celebrate your accomplishments. Ms. Walter, would you like to say a few words to the graduates?
I am pleased to be here to be a part of your special day and offer congratulations on behalf of the Kansas State Alumni Association, representing over 275,000 living graduates and friends that will be your lifelong K-State family. We are also here to welcome you into a new relationship with your alma mater as you begin this chapter of your life as a graduate. Our mission at the Alumni Association is to lead and inspire lifelong involvement that will benefit Kansas State University and all members of our Wildcat community. I would like to share 3 core values in our mission that will help us keep you connected with K-State. The first value is link. The Alumni Association provides the lifelong link to remain connected. You can stay in touch through hundreds of alumni events held around the campus, around the country, and even internationally. Another value is tradition. You will likely celebrate a few traditions this weekend as you sing the alma mater, or maybe take a KSU photo at your favorite spot on campus. Our third core value is purple. For K-Staters, it's more than a color. It's a symbol of pride, connection, and family. When you see someone wearing purple, or maybe a K-State class ring, or you see someone with a K-State license plate, you'll feel that sense of family. In recognition of your graduation, your college and the Alumni Association are providing you with a complimentary membership to the Alumni Association. We will help you remember the benefits and enjoy using them this first year and become an active member after your first year. K-State alumni are among the most loyal in the nation. In fact, our membership ranks #1 in the Big 12 and within the top 5 in the nation for graduates who are members. The loyalty is shared by generations of K-Staters who have the same passion for K-State that you feel today as you've earned a degree from one of the finest universities in the nation. The Alumni Association is also pleased to present you today with an exclusive alumni business card holder. As your titles and addresses change, please be sure to keep us updated. We want to make sure you're always connected with your K-State family. Congratulations. Go Cats.
Parents, family, friends, you've supported these students emotionally and often financially. Without your encouragement, this moment would not have been possible. Some of you have traveled a short distance, while others of you have traveled halfway around the globe just to see your loved ones graduate today. I'd like for the parents, the spouses, the significant others, the children, the relatives, the friends, all of you, friends of the graduates, please stand and be recognized for your contribution to this great day. Faculty and staff, these graduates have advanced both in their personal and in their intellectual lives because of your dedication to your own academic excellence and for your passion for sharing your knowledge. You come to campus every day ready to give your best to K-State Polytechnic students. It's because of you and how that these students are so well prepared for their future. You have provided the foundation upon which these students will build their professional lives. It is with admiration and respect that I ask the faculty and the staff to please stand and be recognized for your significant contribution to these graduates. Thank you. As another important piece of the Kansas State University tradition, Please join these new alumni and myself in singing the Alma Mater. The song was selected in 1903 as a result of a campus contest and was written by Humphrey W. Jones, who was from the class of 1888. Guests, you can follow along on page 3 in your commencement program. Please join me. Congratulations, graduates. This concludes the 2018 Spring Commencement Ceremony of the K-State University and the K-State University Polytechnic Campus.
The audience may remain seated during the recessional. We invite you to join us for a reception honoring our graduates immediately following the ceremony in the concourse. Thank you for attending today's commencement.
Back up now.